Canopy lands not worth the investment. I think that you don't need them. So like the issue with Canopy lands and Den of the Bugbear is like they don't play that well together. If you're sacking Canopy lands, then you're not gonna be able to activate Den of the Bugbear as effectively, and you're also playing less mountains, which is awkward in your Lava Dart deck. If you just have a Den of the Bugbear Horizon land draw, and you also have like 2 Lava Darts, like not being able to dart, I think is an issue. So I'm I think it's better to just play the Dens. I could be wrong though. I also like the Horizon lands in Prowess have always been like worse than they've been in Burn, because it's like in Prowess, like in Burn you're just kind of looking to top deck any Burn spell a lot of the time, but in Prowess, like, your top decks are maybe not as good. Just on Endurance. I mean, Endurance is... Does it beat Endurance? All these Esper Sentinels on the play. Brutal. Yeah, Dress Down, Torpor Orb both seem relevant, yeah. Got another deck tech. Infinite deck techs today. Spider Space this time. I think I just want to dart the Sentinel. Next turn I can play Monastery Swiftspear, Manamorphose, Reckless Impulse. Have I brewed Tamashi at all? I haven't. I do kind of like the Tamashi combo decks though that you see running around right now. Oh, I see it. Yeah, I guess Endurance is better against Oracle in general, huh? Although it should be like maybe somewhat easy to play around. I don't know. Maybe not. Getting smashed by this. Mardu Pyromancer. I mean, I just don't know why you're playing Young Pyromancer, to be honest. Oh, sorry, you're not playing Young Pyromancer. Okay. I misread. I think that's fine. I mean, the Blood Moons feel like a little awkward, but they're probably okay. I don't know. Yeah, this seems fine. I would say give it a go. I don't see like any big problems with the deck building here, to be honest. It's probably worth trying. So my opponent playing just Stoneblade, or are they playing Hammer? Like Esper Hammer. Got a Batter Skull, so I guess we got our answer. They consider Ancestral Anger instead of Crash Through. So I can't remember exactly what Ancestral Anger does. I do know that we've had this conversation before, and it's Ancestral Anger targets, right? Targeting is a huge problem because you get blown out by removal spells, and it doesn't give all your creatures trample. And like, I don't even remember is there like even an upside to Anger over Crash Through? That it gets plus X plus O or 1. Okay, plus number of Angers. Yeah, the fact that it targets, it doesn't give all your creatures trample is just too big of a downside, I think. I don't think you're playing enough spells for Reveler without looting. Well, Channeler helps fill up the graveyard for Reveler. And we're also playing millions of spells. Do they have Spell Pierce? Yeah, I think this is like a really good first draft Spider. I would just honestly just say jam this and just see how it feels and tweak it over time. I can't really give you much over that. Yeah, we have 24 spells. I think that's enough for 2 Bedlam Revelers. 24 spells plus Dragon Rage's Channeler filling up the yard. That is enough for Bedlam Reveler. Main phase Batter Skull. March over Reckless Impulse. March is, in my opinion, completely unplayable. Like, you just do... Like, why does everyone like March? You guys like exiling a card, like, spinning 2 cards to draw 2 cards for a mana? Or, like, it's just, like... March seems so bad to me that you have to pitch to make it 1 mana. It seems, like, so incredibly bad. I don't know why we keep getting, like... Like, I guess we keep getting comments about it because it's the new card. But, in my opinion, it is completely unplayable. And like, until I'm proving wrong, I don't think you're gonna be very likely to see me include it in a deck. That's a bad mouth Valakut Awakening. I haven't heard. I guess I haven't heard like a single like cohesive argument for it either. I haven't heard like a single person say this is why March is good, Spike. They just thought they saw Imahashi 5-0'd with it. And they're like, all right, it's good. Let's jam it. It's a new card. Oh my gosh. This is a disgusting amount of value. Yeah, write the essay, cite your sources. You guys know the drill. It's always the nice thing about the Prowess deck. You can just run super hot. No, talking about the Red March. White March is good. White March is really good, I think. I think the card looks bad, but everyone playtesting it seems to love it. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I think that like this is usually like where we get stuck when we're talking about card evaluations. I sometimes think a card is bad. People think it's good, but like a lot of times, like that's like I want to hear like I know that write an essay, write an argument is a joke, but I like really do like want written arguments rather than, you know, just more than like these players say that it's good. And obviously, like, you know, nobody's under any obligation to do that for me or anything, but I'm just not going to be able to, like, you know, advance my thinking without more explanation. I think I'm going to bring in the Chandras here. 5-color Ishi nonsense. Ishin is nonsense. Oh my gosh. Trigger Bomat Courier, trigger Hierarch, trigger Gargaroth, trigger Geist. This is a deck, huh? It's a lot of Lightning Greaves. That's a lot of Lightning Greaves. Hayashi says mono red and mid late game every game, so when you're on 8 lands, Red March is better. Okay, but say March, but March competes with Seasoned Pyromancer, the Red's the Kiki Jiki Saga, and Light Up the Stage. It's worse than all of those. Worse than the 3-mana Chandra too. Chandra is worse than all of those cards. Or sorry, the Red March is worse than all of those cards. I guess I'll hold the Bauble for Prowess. Right? If someone wrote an argument here, my argument is if when I want to play Obosh, and so I have 8 of those light up effects, and a pitch like redundant Ragavans or Prowess creatures. Well, the thing about redundant Ragavans don't exist. Ragavan just dies when you play them. But it's also like listen, I understand like the card like it's a functional card, right? Like it is not like the most embarrassing card you could ever put in your deck. That's not what I'm saying. What I am saying is the card seems to be like significantly worse than Chandra and Light Up the Stage and the Red Fable and Seasoned Pyromancer as your source of card advantage in this Obosh deck. So why are we playing it? That's more so my argument. I don't know if that was clear. Probably wasn't. I'll get to the deck in a second. This is really, really deep one, huh? Didn't think my opponent would have Sanctifier. I'm kind of, to be honest, having a hard time mentally gripping their list. Sanctifier is so good against us. Is mutagen growth were considered for expecting damage-based removal? Yes. Yes and yes. Okay, so Courier, Hierarch. I think you're playing too many Lightning Greaves. I think the first copy's fine. I don't know. Maybe it's important for the deck. I think the Red and 6s are fine to get you enough lands for your Elder Gargaroths. I would play 4 Geist, probably. I would cut like a Greaves for a Geist. Maybe play 2 Greaves. Dive Down, think with 26 months. Appreciate ya. I like the Pride Mages. What does this do? Kind of interesting. Yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of feeling it. Obviously, like, you know what this is, and it's, you know, not going to be the most competitive deck ever, but I'm kind of feeling it. Yeah, maybe, yeah, Woodnote is an interesting option too. Yeah. Spike, I just beat Radon last night. That's awesome. I just found Radon, I think that's how you say his name, last night. I just found him for the first time. This Ishin doesn't have to live a full turn to get the ability going. Yeah. Like, I mean, I don't think that Ishin has the chance to be, like, a very competitive deck in Modern, but if... Not everything has to be super competitive to be fun. I think I fought Radon, like, 3 times last night. Yeah, the fight's definitely really cool. Rodon? Okay, thank you. Yeah, I'm like level 70 right now. I was dealing like pretty good damage too, so I'm not too worried about the fight. We'll see what happens. You're a troll. I just don't know how to pronounce anything. Alright, I need to find a bolt for the Stoneforge Mystic, I guess. It's gonna be tough. To spot. What did they take? Soul-Scar Mage? Guess that makes sense. Okay, so let's... I think I want to make a mana here. Ping them, just cast light up the stage. We still get our Surveils, even though our Channeler will never be Delirious, I think. Another Channeler. Okay, I guess we'll play that. Because this is going to give me a pretty good chance of finding a Lightning Bolt. And not having to draw cards like Bedlam Reveler is nice. I don't have to land here. Okay, I think we Surveil. Digging still for Lightning Bolts. Do kind of feel like Soul-Scar Mage is probably too important to draw, though. I do have Soul-Scar Mage plus Crash Through next turn. I mean, I'm not going to be able to deal enough damage, but... It is also true that they're also not, like... the Battle Skull is going to be kind of tough for me to beat no matter what. There's 6 or 7 summons you can summon the Arid to fight Radon. I think I'm going to fight him solo. Unless, like, I need to summon to, like, complete the quest lines, then maybe I'll do that. Do you plan to develop the Pyro Ascension deck in the future? What comes out for Lich in the main? I can't remember what I cut for the Liches. I did try it. I'll work on it again, yeah. Yeah, that's kind of great for me. I'm supposed to summon all the dudes? Well, am I supposed to summon the dudes because that's the balance of the fight, or because I'm missing, like, quest line progression if I don't? Okay, I think I wait. So I can attack with 2 mages. Although, I guess if my opponent just goes 5 mana equip here, we're pretty toast. So maybe I should have attacked. They couldn't resist. They couldn't resist the allure. Okay, so we got a chance here. I think I'm going to go upkeep Lava Dart. Upkeep Lava Dart them. No, Lava Darting the Germ token it's just an extra, it's 1 more damage than Lava Darting them. Although Lava Darting them, I guess it's better if I find a light at the stage. Now we've got a Bolt. Can we get an Elden Ring stream? I did some Elden Ring streams already. I don't think I'm very likely to do another one, though. Is that a Manamorphose on top? I guess we'll keep that. I need to keep finding, like, Manamorphoses. Yeah, there we go. This seems lethal. I think it's pretty likely to be, Prowess is definitely a really powerful deck. I think I'm supposed to keep that. I don't actually have Spectacle enabled, but I can maybe find a Spectacular Enabler off the Crash Through. Crash Through is obviously like most important card to resolve here. I think I exile this one. It's kind of close. But it's like finding Lava Dart, Lightning Bolt, or okay, I guess I'll take another Crash Through. Because then if this gives me another look at either Manamorphose or Lava Dart, Lightning Bolt, and of course it's just another Prowess trigger. Or maybe at lethal already, actually. At the very least, we're getting close. Did I enable Expected with Lava Dart? No, I'd Lava Dart to the Germ token. I killed the Germ token with Lava Dart, Lightning Bolt this turn. I've already activated Chandra this turn also, chat. Well, kind of bricked a little bit here, but I think we've got lethal. If we don't have lethal, we do get to light up the stage post-combat, maybe looking for a bolt, but we've got 14, 17 trample damage. They have 4 toughness. Yeah, that's exact C's. Nice Banner Skull. Nice Sanctifier Invec. Nice Shark Typhoon. Crazy to miss Delirium. I mean, are you joking? There's a Sanctifier Invec in play. We have 19 cards exiled by Sanctifier Invec. Yeah, imagine if they just equip the Batter Skull. Yeah, we lose. No, the Lava Dart also exiled the Sanctifier. Yeah, opponent definitely threw the match. Spike, I'll have you know, my mother was an Esprit Stoneblade player, and you've offended her. Yeah, I really only said that because Hitachi's in the chat. Couldn't help myself. But I made more Chandra. You could. I think that like it's probably a choice between Chandra and Reveler, and I think that Reveler is better game 1, Chandra's better game 2. I feel like I could never win a die roll against Dredge. Here, I think I Swiftspear and bolt the Amoeba. Did I trophy on this? Not yet. I've been playtesting it off stream. It's been pretty good, though. Good example of why you can't play these high CMC 4 graded cards with no impact with the ETB. What card are we talking about? Yeah, they don't have a Dredger. I agree that's pretty good. Are they gonna have? They have another Otherworldly Gaze. Maybe they have another Reunion effect. Yeah, just like now that they have Thrilling Discovery, it's just like so often they've got 2, and it's just wow, man. Okay, they kind of bricked pretty hard here. 3 amalgams in the yard, but they're not gonna be able to bring it back, right? At least not this turn. They've only gained 2 life, not 3 for the goal. Dude, if this card gained 3 life, it would be so much better because it just brings back the goal. The ghoul. Okay, let's play a Channeler first. Channeler, Bauble. Then get my auto yields going. We can keep a Bauble on top. Was maybe actually better to Reckless Impulse first. Save the Manamorphose for next turn. Because I think my creatures are pretty likely to just get chump blocked this turn. It's kind of close. I mean, I am you know, drawing nothing but gas, or likely to draw nothing but gas because of the Channeler. Which is pretty nice. Got a Crash Through for next turn. Maybe I was supposed to dart the Amoeba. Yeah, I was probably supposed to dart the Amoeba, actually. But what's great is all their goals and their amalgams will enter tapped if they even enter at all this turn. It's also true if they dredge the Dark Blast and try to Dark Blast the Channeler, I just get to crack the Bauble to get the Delirium. Was holding Bauble not better for next turn with more triggered crash through? Well, no, it's just better to draw the card. It's just better to draw the card. Stupid. Creeping Shell. How? How? How do you have another reunion in your hand? How is that possible? I guess on the bright side, they only had one more chill in the deck. This keeps happening. This happens so often against Dredge now. I'm just like, how do you have another reunion? You keep dredging. Yeah, maybe they'll just deck themselves. Do they have a land to play and like conflagrate here? That'd be so brutal. I can't believe they have a land drop too. Oh man, it's so frustrating. I'm actually not in that bad shape though. They can only kill one of my. I mean, I'm in really bad shape because if they kill one of my creatures, I probably can't win. I know I have dart. I know I have dart, but they still get to kill one of my creatures if they just put 3 damage. Like, you know, they know I have the dart too. Wait, what? Okay, opponent is punting. Opponent is punting off. Dude, winning this game after complaining so much would be, it wouldn't feel right. I need to lose to justify all my complaints. Okay, put your 20 power or whatever into play. I get to draw 3 cards. I've got Mountain Crash through. We definitely need gas. We've surveyed a lot of lands into the yard, though. Kind of an awkward draw. Manamorphose is good, though. Maybe I was supposed to actually cast the Crash through first, then if I didn't know I was like in the card, respawn with the Manamorphose. We need to run really well here. Lightning Bolt's not enough by itself, right? Like, attacking for 5, 10, 16 total. So yeah, it's just not enough. I need to like triple Bauble or something. Maybe a Bauble into Dart here is enough. I don't think it is. We did hit the Dart. So Dart them 12, 13, yeah, 16 again. What if I had another Dart? And what if I hit this? Yeah, it's not even close. Yeah, what if I hit runner darts? I guess I could only dart one more time actually. Oh, what the hell? Alright, let's just go game 2. Tough stuff, tough stuff. Kind of crazy to think they were maybe in that game. I also have 4 Leyline of the Void at my sideboard. I also have 4 Leyline of the Void. Which is probably just an auto win game 2. I don't know, maybe not. I think that it's kind of unlikely my opponents put me on Leyline, which is always a big part of the reason why I like Leyline and Mono Red Prowess. But we are prepared. Crusher is really good. Really important card, I think, too, for this archetype. Just have like 8+ cyber cards in sideboard to kill Leyline's artifacts. I know, but like usually against Mono Red Prowess, they'll board in Ancient Grudge against you and not expect you to be on an enchantment, or they'll board in Prismatic Ending to exile your Relic of Progenitus or your Soul Guide Lantern or your Tormod's Crypt are the cards they usually expect you to be on. They usually don't bring in Nature's Claim against Prowess. They obviously can, but I've been in this situation a lot where they board in Prismatic Ending or Ancient Grudge instead. Turbograph, thank you for the 24 months. Appreciate you. And even though this hand is good, we're going to multi Leyline. We found the Leyline. I tried the Tamashi combo yet? I haven't tried it. I've seen some people play it. I watched Squat Chief play a little bit of it. I think that deck has like a lot more potential when what I tell you, man, feels good to be right sometimes. it's just like a free win so often game 2 because nobody expects it. Yeah, I think the Tamashi deck, like once it's more of a known quantity, just gets so much worse. Wait, hold on. What? Hold on. Did my opponent sideboard? Did my opponent just resubmitted, right? My opponent just resubmitted. I'm just gonna keep. I'm just gonna keep. They just conceded to it. Yeah. I would not have kept that hand if my opponent spent any amount of time sideboarding for game 3. I would not have kept that hand if my opponent spent any amount of time sideboarding for game 3. But they just don't have it out to Leyline. If they even spent 10 seconds, I would have mulliganed that hand easily. Oh my gosh, that was so dude, that was probably the fastest back-to-back win I've ever had. That was probably I don't think I've ever won 2 games in a row faster than that. I think you mulligan this with no threat. Sounds better. Yeah, maybe it was a misclick. What a match. Playing Ragavan in the Lava Dart format. Ragavan will see no play. This is a Lava Dart format spike. A Ragavan in this economy. Bold. I don't think I've had a tapped Den of the Bugbear yet. Play a 4/4 Murktide if they have one. Steal. And it's Delirious for them. It's pretty good. I think I'll put this in the graveyard. It's just such a disaster if I had an extra land. Get an upkeep stop. Maybe upkeep both the Channeler, maybe not. Plans on circling back to Red Black Rock nearest future. I think we played Red Black Rock for like most of Monday, right? We will play more too, of course. I might play it this weekend in the challenge, but I also kind of want to play the Cabal Coffers deck in the challenge, to be honest. We'll see. Finally playing a challenge. Do you think Tamashi is a card that can still be exploited? I mean, I don't think that there's like, if you're not comboing with it, I don't think the card's that strong. It's maybe possible to improve upon the existing combo deck, but I kind of doubt that there's like a secret busted way to build the deck. I guess I can keep that on top and cast it this turn after I attack. Drawing a lot of lands. Channeler is like surveilled 3 lands into the yard, I think. I think we fetched one of those cards lands into the yard. Another land in the yard. Okay, Swiftspear lighted the stage on top. Okay. Shouldn't you kill the one you own for Delirium? I think it's better to kill the one that can block. Maybe I'm wrong. I also think we were like pretty likely to get Delirium that turn. I know that we didn't. I know that we bricked, but like I thought we were pretty likely to get Delirium without killing my own Channeler. Looks like they're Merc Titan. Say 8/8s, full 8/8s. Guess I'm gonna need make my Swiftspear bigger. Be kind of tough. Obviously a good draw though. So start off by Swiftspear, Lava Dart them. Get our Surveil. So I'm gonna have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I guess we'll keep this and just try to kill them next turn. Probably bolting the Channeler now. Oh, we hit both Revelers. It's kind of funny. Oh, maybe I should move the main phase too, though. Although I'm kind of okay with them. Maybe I shouldn't be. I don't know, I'm kind of okay with them eating one of my 2 creatures for death damage. So they make. It looks like they're playing a second Mercside, which would be a 10/10. So I guess we're dead to land, lightning bolts. Okay. It'd be tough to win from the spot, but you know, it is the nice thing about Prowess is you have the potential to run really hot in these kind of spots. Yeah, I think I'm supposed to dart the Murktide region, try to find a bolt, and then I get more looks at the lightning bolts if I cast the Reveler, so I think I should do that instead of cast the Reckless Impulse. 1, 2, 3. Oh, I have 2 more darts in the yard. Awesome. So that's I think lethal. I guess the crash through means I don't have to bolt the Murktide though. Yeah. So I attack, I dart them 5 times. Yeah, I think that's exact, or like maybe 1 over. So I take on Ragavan and the Paralysis. It's fine. It's fine, not mandatory. I think that it's not super synergistic. It's also Ragavan. It's really powerful. It's also true, like you know, if we were gonna play it in this list, I think we'd be too threat heavy. But you could. Oh no, we're 1 short. We're 1 short. I miscounted. Fuck. Alright, Mad Beats, Oh, man. Well, I'm also going to bring in the Leylines in this matchup, I think. Yeah, I think I'll just play Leyline over Impulse. Throwing the Murktide there instead of the Face was brutal. No, it's exactly the same because of Trample. There's no difference. It's exactly the same amount of damage. Oh, Murktide is a good deck at the moment. It's probably gonna, I think, gonna establish itself as the premier Ragavan deck with some like various shadow styles still being popular. Some other more obscure decks like maybe, you know, Anvil, Stoneblade. Is Reveler better game 2 than Impulse? Yeah, I mean, it can be worse if my opponent brings in a bunch of Relic of Progenitus, but I think that Reveler is good at this matchup. Yeah, I know this hand doesn't have a Leyline. I think I'm still keeping anyways. Do you have a preferred version of Anvil? Yeah. So if you look at the Stream Decker, the last Anvil list I played, I've updated a little bit. So now I'm playing. Hold on, that's what we're doing here. Cycled out, I think. Yeah, if you look at the Stream Decker, the last Anvil list I was playing 1 Manufacturer main, 3 Shrapnel Blast. I think I've gone ahead and cut the Manufacturer. I think it just doesn't fit the game plan that well. For the 4 Shrapnel Blast, which just felt pretty good, and then I'm playing 1 Ensnaring Bridge in the side as an engineer target. Which I think is fine. I think it's like worth the slot, but it's also doesn't feel like mandatory. What's the bridge matchups? I mean, it's mostly just like tribal decks. Maybe Murktide. Destructo, thank you for the 10 pack. Let's freaking go, dude. Thank you for all the gifted subs lately. I really do appreciate it, dude. I think I'm gonna try to hit a land and attack through the Murktide this turn. It's kind of risky, obviously. But it looks like it was worth the risk. Gotta gift stuff from Destructo, make sure to thank them. They've been gifted a lot of subs lately. Yeah, I think we just bolt them. Oh, I didn't know that, Nat. It's Manufactor, not Manufacture. Leviosa, not Leviosa. And Vidosi with the 15 months. Appreciate you. Thank you, Destructo, for the free extra sub. Any plans to do some more goblins in the near future? I think so, maybe. I've been liking goblins when I've been playing it. Do you like Force in the main of Murktide? No, not really. And this is also like, I think you should always play the full 4 Charm in Murktide. I don't really understand the Archmage's Charm hate. Charm is like so consistently good. It really helps the Hammer Time matchup too. The Hammer Time matchup is miserable if you don't main deck 4 Charm. I just don't really understand the argument for not doing it, but I do also recognize that a lot of Murktide pilots don't like the full 4 Charms. That's okay. I'm not bad, I just don't understand. Brutal counterspell. Thoughts on the Simic Seismic Assault deck teamer with the Ooze? I think it's okay. If I cared about getting first in challenge this weekend, what list I'd be considering? I mean, there's a lot of reasonable lists. You know, it's obviously like the big question: how do I win the tournament this weekend? But I would say a Murktide Regent is probably like the safest bet. It feels. No attacks there for trade. Maybe. I'm kind of interested in like being able to activate the Den. Alright, let's hit 4 Manamorphoses into Bedlam Reveler. Never lucky. It's Manamorphose on top. I guess we'll keep that. How do I convince a friend not to play Aether Vials off Urza Saga? The more and more I stream and try to convince people to play good cards, the more and more nobody listens to me, so I don't know, man. I would recommend giving up. Charm isn't really that good in a tempo-wise witch. Charm isn't that good in the tempo, which is mainly what Blue-Red is trying to do, Spike. Blue-Red is trying to tempo. It's a tempo deck. What does tempo mean? It's a tempo deck, Spike. You don't understand, baby. You gotta tempo them out. Oh, man. Yeah, Finks is the one that submitted the Hollow Fury deck. Yeah, the word tempo it's just like white noise to me hearing that word. Yeah, who's tempo? Where the Murktide's bad matchup. Omnath and Hammer Time are unfavorable of like the common matchups. Yeah. The word tempo is just like it's just lost all meaning. It doesn't mean anything. Every deck is a tempo deck. Tempo has just become a word to describe blue mid-range decks. Yeah, exactly. just like, it's just white noise. Is this lethal? No, it's 10 damage. That's lethal though. Look, I'm being killed by an Archmage's Charm right now. Archmage's Charm is the opposite of Reality Chip. It's boring and people don't want to play it compared to Chip. Yeah, I think that's a very good evaluation. Example of a tempo card: Spell Queller, hindering your opponent while advancing the board yourself. You know what's an example of a bad tempo play? Spell Queller, because you spend 3 mana on it and your opponent spends 1 mana to lightning bolt it, and you are really down on mana. Spell Queller is one of the least tempo cards in Modern, even. Your Honor, Spell Queller is actually not a tempo card. You're actually spending 3 mana, your opponent kills it for 1 mana. And then maybe they get to like re-get a ETB, or not an ETB, or a cast trigger, which is, I guess, never happens actually, never mind. Yeah, Omnath is a tempo card because you get to play it for 0 mana sometimes. That is a great example of a tempo card. I think I'll discard a Mountain here. Like, so yeah, I know we're having some fun, we're goofing around, but you know, to be a little bit more serious about the topic, you know, the idea of like tempo decks are super outdated, especially in a format with as efficient removal that exists in the Modern format. Like, the idea of a tempo deck is casting exactly the card Delver of Secrets and then countering literally every single removal spell your opponent has for Delver of Secrets. That line, or that game plan is not a realistic or viable game plan in a world where there's so much efficient, cheap removal spells. There's no like reasonable plan to like play a threat and ride that threat to victory while you answer everything. That is what people think of when they think of tempo, and that strategy does not exist in Modern. It is not viable in Modern. It just doesn't exist. To answer the question with a bit more seriousness. Which is why we like to, you know, tease when people use, you know, the tempo word. Yeah, you know, the mana denial you see in Legacy, Wasteland Days, also Wasteland Days, like, just don't exist in Modern to have any kind of similarity to what the archetype that people are actually describing here. And so, like, when people say Blue-Red Murktide is a tempo deck, it's just not true. You know what I mean? And it's just kind of something that people say to not play Archmage's Charm, in my opinion. But it's just not true. And if you disagree with me, that's fine. You might be right, even. But I'm just explaining the joke in case it wasn't clear. Thoughts on Reveler in a Blue-Red Murktide flex spot could be good, and it's 4-color. Reveler is pretty awkward with counter spells. I think you generally don't want to play the 2 cards together. Oh, I gotta crack the Bauble here. They have a Karth the Lion on top. Why not Levadart Liliana? Liliana plussing 1 doesn't really do anything here. Like, it's more likely to hurt them than, I guess not maybe with the Ren and 6. But I just don't care much about the Liliana on this board. I think we can kill them if my opponent's last card isn't an answer for Reveler. Or at least we've got a bolt for next turn. Yeah, they can't channel their lands. Yeah, 1 short, we've got a Bolt exiled, so we should be pretty good here. Is Legacy Blue Red a Tempo deck? Yeah, exactly. Because like in Legacy, that plan of resource denial and playing a cheap threat and countering everything is actually like a real thing. Because in Legacy you have access to Wasteland and Daze as the most effective and efficient mana denial plan that's ever existed. In Modern, you can't just keep your opponent off their 3 mana spells, and you can't counter every removal spell that targets your cheap creatures because most decks are playing a ton of removal spells. It's just not a realistic game plan in Modern, and it doesn't exist, or in like the sense that people talk about it. There are aggro decks in Modern. You can play an aggro deck in Modern, which is like more of a tempo deck than like any of the blue red decks that people call tempo. But a tempo deck in the way that people think of it does not. They just don't exist in Modern. Murktide is a mid-range deck. It's a mid-range deck. It's just a mid-range deck. How did conference do yesterday? It did pretty well. I think we had 3-2, 3-2, 4-1. I do recommend the deck, actually. We're going to work on it some more. To be fair, that's not really how Dever plays anymore. Dever is a mid-range deck in Legacy now as well. Yeah, I believe that too. But or at least like, but that is like really what people think of. And they think of like in Standard, the Delver decks with like with Mana Leak and Ponder and Geist of St. Traff, like those were tempo decks. But they just don't exist in Modern. Is Burn a combo deck? I would say that calling Burn a combo deck is like chaotic good, maybe. It's like very, very, very much like I don't know. I would say no, but if you feel like it's a combo deck, it's like I do understand the argument, Yeah, Burn is a life total prison deck, life total control deck. Ashiok. To be fair, for the Murktide, simply without the no tech lanes. Yeah, I know this is all like super semantic-y, and this conversation doesn't really matter that much. Okay, I think I'm supposed to bolt. I get Delirium here, and I just really need to find a land. Okay, we'll sack the Lava Dart to Surveil for a land again. Just kidding. Okay, found the land. I think we play the Mage here, right? Ashiok next turn is not that good for me. If I don't draw a land. Is Magus too slow to match? Magus is not good against like the Lightning Bolt deck. Oof. Yeah, that card is so good. How much does this cost? 6 mana. A little ways away, I guess. Is Chandra and the Sideboard better than Seasoned? I mean, I don't have either. Oh, better than Seasoned. I see. I think so, yeah. I like the Chandra a lot, especially against control decks, but Seasoned could be better. I think that's maybe a fine question. Chat, who is this guy? Are you talking to? Are you asking who I am? Because I wish I knew, to be honest. Who am I? Another day, another destiny. This never-ending road to Calgary. Is it Calgary or Calvary? I think it's Calgary. These men who seem to know my crime, who surely come a second time. One day more. It is Calvary? Okay. Is Calvary a place, or like what's the deal with Calvary, huh? I don't know my French well enough, I guess. Do I just kill Grist, or do I attack them? I think I'll kill the Grist. Calvary is a location. Okay, I thought Calgary was... Is Calgary also a location? Calvary, an experience of unusually intense mental suffering. So like Twitch streaming? Just kidding. Calgary's in Canada, I see. Productive conversation, I think. I think I'll just sack the Swiftspear. What's the deal with Calgary? Calgary! I have not lived until today. Oh no. And yet today, our world is ending? I can't remember. You'd think I'd remember with how much I, seeing Les Mis on this channel. Alright, we're gonna attack this at Liliana because I like the card. I don't want them to discard my Reveler. This at them. Such an American question. I mean, this is kind of a question for dumbasses like me, though. So maybe an American question, huh? Listen, I'm trying to better myself. I'm trying to improve on my geography. I'd appreciate not being shamed, okay? I think I'll keep it Mage. DRC with 8 months? Appreciate Jim. I'm pretty sure it's Calbury. Is it? Maybe someone could look up the lyrics. DRC, think of the 8 months. Appreciate ya. Alright, the Ashiok. I think Clever Lumancer is not worth the white splash over DC. Yeah, I do not think that. DRC is really, really good. DRC is really, really good in the deck. Did that guy answer the question? Because I think the guy was asking who I was, and I sure hope someone finds out. Bauble's not bad here. I think we keep the Bauble. And Dart. Let's go. Delirium. Nice Ashiok. I'll graveyard the Crash Through, I think. Could be fine to keep on top. Do I just attack them? I think I'm just supposed to attack them. Okay, Dart in the yard. Yeah, I think I'm definitely just supposed to attack them. Make them chump block the Swiftspear, right? 9. Yeah, make them chump block. Okay, and then just pass. They're gonna minus on my darts, and I have light at the stage on top, so I kind of feel like just being able to go 3 mana light at the stage is better than losing 2 lands here. Screams to chat about the word tempo. 5 minutes later, try to better myself. Yes, yes, I need to be better. Because me yelling at chat hurts me more than it hurts you. But it has to be done sometimes. Also, it's like really funny to just yell tempo over and over again. You guys, wait, I thought I kept light at the stage on top. Did I really graveyard it? I guess I did graveyard it. I meant to keep it on top. What is our opponent playing? I don't know. It's like a goofy Karth deck. I might be able to Reveler this turn. Oh, Ashiok. Ashiok got it. Okay, cool. Thank you. Thank you. Obviously should have realized that. Yeah, they did. I remember the mountain, right? Oh, damn. Okay, well, I'll give them the satisfaction of the Ashiok stopping the fetch land. I'll give them the satisfaction. Okay, we can get a 4/1. Dude, I only have 6 cards left in my library. I had no idea. That was not on my radar at all. That was not on my radar at all that I only had 6 cards left. Don't like this hand. I would mull this on 7. I think on 6 you probably have to keep a hand like this, unfortunately. Is this deck just Prowess, like same shit, different font? I mean, this is a Prowess deck. I don't understand the question. Crazy you can throw an Ashiok, refill the yard every turn. Yeah, we were just talking about that. I was definitely running pretty hot, but all the selection from Channeler makes it pretty possible. Interesting. We're obviously gonna need to find some threats. We're gonna need to find them soon, unless of course like their deck's exceptionally weak to Lava Dart. We'll just be fine. Manamorphose Lightning Bolt. Skips their main phase 1. Oh, I meant to get Old Border Swiftspears for today's stream. I think Wirebird when Symbiote is too strong for Modern. It's the only thing I ever wanted to do for a long time. I would say it's probably not too strong, no. I think it's Ponza? Oh, Rhinos. I would say it's probably not too strong. I think that Symbiote also leads to kind of is maybe not a great card for gameplay in general, but I think it'd probably be somewhat okay. I wouldn't be uncomfortable with entering the format necessarily, and I do think that Elves is like a pretty good card to be in the format, so I wouldn't mind it being more viable, or pretty good deck to be in the format. How's this matchup? I'm not sure. I think play draw probably matters a lot. We did win the die roll, but we also had a pretty awkward hand. Mutagenic Growth is actually like a really important. We don't have a lot of sideboard cards for the matchup. Mutagenic Growth is pretty nice though. If you do have it, just like push all your creatures through removal. Isn't D&T tempo? You reduce your opponent's tempo to make your tempo look better. Yeah, exactly. It's just like, just doesn't like really mean anything. All right, so spins the Footfalls. I guess we're hoping that they cast a Bone Crusher Giant. All right, we got our hope. I guess now we have to hope to run really hot here. So let's go upkeep, bolt the Bone Crusher. Get some Surveils. Surveil that into the graveyard. And then I'll auto yield to these in a second. I'll always yield. Always yield. We need to find Lava Darts. Or so we need to find light up the stage, Manamorphose, something. Okay, another dart in the yard is not actually that relevant. So do we here just take a draw step? Because now we can't. Why did I instant bolt it? For Prowess. Okay, so I can go, if I draw, what happens if I draw a mountain actually? If I draw a mountain, I get to cast Dart 3 more times, putting them to 12. This is 7, 10 damage. Not enough. Aren't they dead? No, I'm not counting lethal. I'll double count. 7, 10. Yeah, they go to 2. If I find a lightning bolt, they might be dead. I can't flash back the second dart. I kind of feel like I need to draw Manamorphose. Swiftspear maybe does it too. Yeah, I think I just take the draw. It's kind of close, right? Yeah, I haven't double counted this. This is actually, I think, still not enough. If one of these dens was another mountain, though, we would win. So again, dart. This is 7 or 6, 9, 12. We're one short. I mean, I think we send in, just don't play around a burn spell. Is it even worth it? I think so. I mean, this is the first time it's been really awkward. And like, again, when you're playing against blue-white control, you can be really happy to play the dens. They're not mandatory. You can play the Horizon Lands instead. But it's also like if they were Horizon Lands, we would just be dead because we took damage here. You know what I mean? Like the game we would be literally dead. It's okay. Close game, very close game. I feel like you're always one short. Yeah, it's not a good thing to be if you're playing Prowess. Okay, got to mulligan the threatless hand, I think. Oh, we got a den, so we have a threat. I might keep this hand. No, it's just so bad. It's really bad to go to 5, and it's really bad to keep a hand without a threat. I'm just gonna mulligan. Take control of my fate. Let's just concede to fire on my 1/1 channelers. No, I'm not going to Indie, but good luck to everybody who is. Unless you're registering Creeping Chill. Just kidding. How to go Junsak? Honestly, my brain's kind of like pittering out because I didn't get a lot of sleep, so I ended up making a lot of misplays. But the deck actually seemed pretty good. No comfort today? Yeah, not today. We played it all day yesterday, but we'll probably play some more this week too. No, I even went to bed early. There was just like all these planes over my apartment, and they felt like, I don't know if they were flying low or what was going on, but I just couldn't fall asleep because they were so loud. Like it's usually not as bad as it was last night. But I woke up at like 5 a.m. and I didn't get back to sleep until like 7, and I woke up again at I think I'm gonna shuffle. I need to find like Reveler. I guess I'm not pretty far away from Reveler. We need to find like spells into Reveler, I guess. But I'm just like staring at the ceiling, trying to fall back asleep. It was brutal. Always one mountain short. Are we always one mountain short, or were we one mountain short that like one game? I actually don't think I think that's the first time that happened there, right? Yeah, always one mountain short feels like a stretch. I feel like there's an argument to play 4 Lava Spike. Yeah, you could play 4 Lava Spike. I think that I think the crash throughs are great though. But it's kind of like onto you to figure out how to fit the spikes in, I guess. I think it's probably better without them, but I think there's a good argument for playing them. We have Abbott. I think Abbott is worse than basically every other threat, and not necessary. Well, I guess that's not worst case scenario. Where Mutagen Growth fit in. I think that you don't want to main deck Mutagen Growth at the moment, but Growth is like really good if you think there's a lot of red removal. I don't know how much red removal there is at the moment, so it just kind of feels like a really risky card to include, but it's like it's main deckable if there's tons and tons. It's sideboard if there's a lot, and you just don't include it like I'm not including it if you don't know, probably. I'll try to play it out. Abbott versus March go. Let's not do this. I'm tired about ranting about March. How do I feel about Mono Red Phoenix? I don't know. Like, I mean, that was a deck that I was like trophying with a few times, beginning of MH2. It could be a direction to build a deck. I mean, if we draw a Bedlam Reveler, Copium, we have a chance. All right. Sorry, believers. Let's do one more Prowess League. Pretty fast.